So we are starting second campaign within the same world. I'm going to give some context for everybody. This is for when we can't get the whole party around for the main story, or there's too many scheduling conflicts with everybody, or we just need a change of pace. And with everything that's kind of happened in the last session, I think a change of pace is good. What do you guys think?
Let's do it.
Also, I'm probably really quiet because I think I'm being picked up on the wrong mic. There we go. So yeah, we're gonna do a change of pace. We're gonna do a main focus of lighthearted adventures. Yes. And there is a change in the main um
You never
campaign
know, there
as
might be
well.
several changes.
You never know. Yeah. D&D's odd like that. So we will start off by doing one character at a time for a little bit of their epilogue. Yeah, it's like a buddy cop episode. It's like the ambiguous beach episode in every anime without the ambiguity.
It's not inaccurate, no.
It's not accurate. We're not are you saying we're not the beach episode?
No, not
Oh,
inaccurate.
I was like, are you saying we're not equivalent to a beach episode? Because I'm offended if we're not. Um so yes, already. We will start with actually, uh I need both Maya and Sylvan. I need you guys to roll. Whoever gets the highest number will start with you. Yes, ma'am.
Got a 3.
Wow. Also have to find.
I got a 5, but I didn't drop my dice on the floor at least.
Hey!
Hey, we're starting. So we are doing. I gotta reskim over your backstory. Yes, in Lady Noble family. Spends 2 years wandering. So,
Give me a second to pull up my
famous.
backstory too.
What was that?
I need to pull up my backstory too, so give
Oh,
me a
right, because we
second.
worked on this together.
Yes.
So famous.
Yes.
As you travel and have wandered the lands, trying to further your knowledge in a certain art of wizardry, you find yourself dazed and confused as time progresses and days become daunting and nights become labor intensive.
Mhm.
You haven't really been able to find that proper rest for yourself because you haven't been able to find those answers for yourself yet. And as time progresses and as you think you're becoming more competent in yourself, you come across this stinky little town, this town of it doesn't really have a name. It goes by Sanctuary is the name of this town, and it's a town that seems to house some of the more rough and grizzled individuals coming from the family on which you've always been warned about these type of individuals, how conniving they are, and how they'll take advantage of somebody like you.
Mhm.
But yet you still go into this town because this is where your knowledge grows. This is where you find peace. Because you know that they have no moral compass like that of the bureaucracy that is of your family. You're able to grow the power of the tome that you carry within your hands. Having been kicked out of the school, you've had to do home education on the road. Some would say it's inventive, innovative, pretty chic. But they don't understand the trials and tribulations that you've had to go through just to get to this little town. As you walk through the muddied streets of a fresh rain, the fresh dew filling your nose, the cloudy sky almost matching the pale complexion of you, breaks in the clouds like stairways to heaven, showing light where there is primarily dark. You follow your instinct and you go to the library. And when you go to the library, behind the counter you hear,
"Oh, what's a pretty little thing like you doing here?"
I was
a
looking.
kobold sitting behind a desk. Go ahead and describe your character for everybody.
Okay, I am. As you can see on my stream, I drew a picture, but I am a Asmar with silver hair and pigtails and golden eyes. I am a wizard, and although I'm a wizard, but I always say that I'm a cleric for reasons.
Yeah, what was it? I can't remember what it was again. Oh, cleric.
Yeah,
Right.
cleric.
I remember now.
Do you want me to go into my backstory, or?
No, we can roleplay that out through time.
Okay. I am also wearing a robe over all of my clothes, so even though I dress rather fancy, you can't really see it. I am also an ex-noble.
Yes. Yes, that does sound about right.
So I walk up to the desk and I ask the kobold if there are any magical tomes.
Depends on what magical tomes you're looking for, little lady. We got tomes on aberration, we got tomes on conjugation, we got tomes on tomes on tomes. It really depends on what you're searching for.
Do you have any on restoration? Like healing magic?
Restoration as in the spell restoration, or restoration as in the type of magic that is involved.
The type of magic that is involved.
Are you asking me if we have books on necromancy? Pretty face like you should not be messing around with the dead.
I'm not a necromancer, I'm a cleric. I'm looking for.
Hang on. Back. You're a what?
I'm a cleric.
Who is your god?
My god is Mistra. My goddess.
Mistra. The mother of magic. The patron of the ley lines. That Mistra.
Yes. The mother of all magic.
Oh, by all means, yes, follow me, follow me.
Okay.
Let's go find you your tomes.
I go to follow him.
And it's a she.
Okay. I go to follow her.
She hops off the
It's hard to tell with kobolds.
the high step stool behind her desk, and you hear the little pitter patters. Hello, Mathis, by the way. The little pitter patters of the claws on the stone wood. Sorry, on the little pitter patter of paws on the stone work, and weaving in and out. This library feels like a labyrinth The bookshelves are very dingy, very dark, and the tomes look like they haven't been taken care of in Mishra knows how long.
Yes. So if you're looking for books on necromancy, you would want to look here. This
I'm-
is what we call the forbidden section.
I told you, I'm not a necromancer. I told you, I'm a cleric.
No. I'm talking about this type of magic here. The type of magic. I'm not calling you a necromancer, I swear.
What would a cleric need with necromancy?
Well, I think that's a conversation you need to have with your teacher and not with the librarian.
Famies does not look impressed by this.
You know, how about you do some reading? I'll come back and check on you. And then we go from there. How about that?
And then you will show me the books for clerics? For clerics?
Well, let's start here. Let's pull a book for necromancy. And then when I come back, maybe it will make more sense to you, my dear.
Gradually, I grab one of the books for necromancy.
Lovely. Lovely.
And so now we're going to transition. And for Cylinder, I might have to have you resend that Word document.
You gotta give me 1 second.
No, I got it. Are you ready?
Let me pull it up too. This will take me like a second and a half.
Of course.
There we go.
Okay, true
I'm
form,
ready.
early life, filled with knowledge. Sorry, we're just reviewing. This is a whole new campaign. All right, she escaped. Right. Okay. Okay. So, is it Lyria?
Iara.
Iara. So Iara, your life was not as easygoing as Famous. It was filled with oppression and pain, and your family, because of your certain type of ability, was always repressed and hunted in the region that you came from. And when they went to the kingdom of of Gold, they took on this more tanner, this more Arabic appearance in effort to better fit in with society. And with that comes its own challenges. How to fit in into a society you don't necessarily believe you belong to. And with the oppressions and the pain, once you found that book, it had told you to go to Sanctuary. It was odd and it was confusing. The message crypt, but with your research and your willingness to break free, you found where Sanctuary was and you started making your way there, knowing that you would have to keep disappearance of those that are denizen or civilians within the Kingdom of Gold to better suit hiding in plain sight. You too find yourself in Sanctuary's back library. More in an effort to understand the type of person you are and the type of thing you are and what all this mysterious gifting was. And as you approach the library, you can smell the dingy old moldy tomes. It kind of reminds you of that tome you found in the corner. It has that aged scent onto it. It's comforting, oddly enough, to you. But yet it could be repulsive to those who aren't used to it. And so you move on to find the librarian.
Oh, hello, my dear. What can I do for you this evening?
I do apologize. I am in need of a certain book or tomes of races that inhabit this particular area. Do you mind being of assistance?
Are you talking about the type of people who live here in Sanctuary?
Yes, maybe a history of the town as well, if it is possible, my friend.
Well, Sanctuary's history is passed along by generations of a bard, as a bardic family. They are the ones who first found Sanctuary. They best might be able to suit you. There, though, is some of their tales that are transcribed. Do you wish to see those?
If you do not mind, that would be wonderful.
Wonderful. Come with me, come with me, come with me.
And as you walk with this cobalt lady, you pass a table and you see this pale, white-haired individual, silver-haired individual fuming at this book that's in front of them. Not quite sure what it has to do with being a cleric, but you can't really discern that at a glance. But they look obviously frustrated, and it's only one table within this library. It's not grand. And so most of the bookshelves are empty because they've been either retired from age or damage. And so you venture further into the library.
Yes, here. These are the scrolls of the founding fathers and mothers. You can grab at least one of them without damaging it. Maybe then they will give you the answer you're looking for.
I do so appreciate it. You have no idea what this means to me.
Well, I hope it means that you'll leave a kind donation to the Library of Sanctuary so we can better give service to our customers. Also, at the bottom of your library card that I hope you register for once you leave here, you can fill out the survey and send it to the closest pigeon. My name is Marion, and please make sure you add me to that survey. Your feedback is appreciated.
Yara's gonna just very, very softly giggle and say, I very much will do that, my friend.
Lovely. Another one for the library cards. Away we go.
And they go back to the desk. And yeah, this shelf has scrolls and texts that on the spines are written in languages that you can't even comprehend. And you grab one that you can read, and it is written in Draconic. And so you pull that tome off the shelf, and you head to the same table as this pale, silver-haired individual.
Who is
Where you
still
begin
glaring
to
at the
read.
desk? She is still glaring at the book.
Yara sits down. She's very, very graceful. But she starts to kind of look through what's in front of her. But her curiosity at this moment just kind of gets the better of her, just because she is so close to this very frustrated person. And she's kind of look up very, but you're not going to see it because she does have her hood over her eyes. So it really wouldn't look like she's looking at them. And just say, "Are you having trouble of some nature?"
Amy just grumbles something in her breath like, as always, the discrimination. But then she seems to realize that someone is there. She turns to you, looks a little bit embarrassed. Oh, I'm sorry. I hope you didn't see anything disgraceful. And she holds her robes out in a curtsy. Nice to meet you. My name is Famies. How are you?
Iara responds in kind to the curtsy. She smiles. "I am Miara. You have said nothing out of place. I am quite well. Do you live in the area?"
I come from somewhere far away. Somewhere I can't return to. But she looks down at the book and grimaces. I don't know why she directed me to this, and pushes the book away from her. How is this supposed to help me?
You could
You're
roll a perception check to see if you can see what the book is.
Yes, please. 17.
Yes, so it is a book on basic necromancy within the clerical circles.
I believe your kobold, the librarian, thinks that you wish to be summoning the dead.
No, I simply wish to heal. But whatever I do, I always get labeled as a necromancer. I'm a cleric. I even grew up in a temple. Why do they keep calling me a necromancer?
Often, from what I have heard, in the place that I lived prior, they sometimes go hand in hand. But unfortunately, I cannot say for sure here, although it does appear that that might be the case.
Are you going to judge me too? Say that I'm a
Darling.
necromancer?
Darling, I judge no one.
At least there are still some good people around here. So, what are you doing here?
I'm new here. Anywhere that I go that's new and different, I always make sure to read on the history of the area. It's a hobby of mine, I guess you could say.
I see. That is very wise.
It gets you a little further when the townspeople don't look a second glance. When you act, at least let you know what you're talking about.
How long have you been wandering around?
Most of my life. I don't tend to stick from one place too long. It's not in my nature, I'm afraid.
I see. And she doesn't really try to... She tries to be subtle about it, but she kind of sort of glances over at what you're reading. Curious. But trying not to really show it.
And you can roll a perception to see if you would catch it.
Okay. That is a 16 plus 17 total.
Yeah, so the book that she has is written in Draconic, and it is about the inner workings of sanctuaries, government, and governed people.
My character can't read Draconic, so she just looks at that, quite oblivious to what it is.
Exactly. So, we will move on to Serena.
Hello.
Hello. So,
Mhm.
Serena, your character, Moon, has been wandering the surface for a long time. And the only direction that she was given was to find home, find a sanctuary. Through your times hopping from little outposts and some forms of civilization, you have come across a town that is called Sanctuary. It is unique in nature according to the texts of others, for the fact that it houses the more rough looking races and individuals. I don't know why it's called Sanctuary, and the other two have yet to figure that out as well. And so you go and you head into that direction. Your time on the surface has been very challenging to having your eyes readjust, the sun burning your skin, the climates that plague you. They make you feel heavy. They make you feel worn out. And when you make camp at the end of every day, you feel the physical toll on your body. But it becomes easier. It gets easier. Your monastery did tell you that it would be a long journey and that they weren't expecting that the current generation might not see home or this new home. But they have utmost faith when it comes to the stuff that you can do. And so you move on and you press on and you keep your goal in mind. And you too find yourself in the town, the sanctuary. With your thirst of knowledge and the teachings, you know that a library is always a good place to start. And as you enter the library, you get greeted by the same female kobold.
Oh dear. What can I do for you?
Hello. I'm hoping to find books about the geography of this place.
The geography of this place. Could I have that
This
a little bit?
area
Are you
in
talking
general.
about possible runes? Are you talking about the
Well,
architecture that went into Sanctuary? Are you talking about the lands around
the
Sanctuary?
lands around it. I'm looking
Ah.
for a place to call home and something that suits me.
Well, I can point you to the more archaeology. Thank you. Archaeology section of the
Thank
library.
you. I would
Yes,
appreciate
yes,
it.
yes, yes, yes. Follow me, follow me.
And they hop down and start walking with you. And you see two individuals darting glances at each other's books, going back and forth.
She
And-
kind of pulls her hood closer to her face, more over as
Yeah,
they
yeah.
pass.
Of course.
Oh, it looks like those two are getting along just swimmingly. All right.
would seem so.
Perfect. Okay. And now let's see. Let's look. The archaeology of runes, archaeology 101, archaeology for the naive, archaeology advanced, archaeology. Yes, here we go. The archaeology of surrounding areas of Sanctuary. That is a long and very pointed on the nose title, don't you think, dear?
I do.
Gosh, it must be this person who's controlling me has no idea how to make up book titles. So here you go.
Thank you.
Go ahead and sit with them at the desk, and if you have any questions, I'll be up front.
Oh, okay. And she clutches the book a little tighter and
Oh, and before I forget, please don't
Oh.
please make sure you register yourself for a library card. There's a survey on the back. My name is Miriam. There's going to be a parchment you can grab up front. At the bottom, please make sure you include my name. Your feedback is very important to the Library of Sanctuary.
of course.
Yes, thank you.
And She clutches the book to her chest and nervously makes her way to the desk with the other two. And looks at the vacant chair, looks at the chair. Is it okay if I sit here?
Of course. My character motions to the open chair. Of course. You may join us. It's not like we bite or anything.
Darling, I wouldn't bite even if I wanted to.
Oh, okay. She sits down and she's still making sure her hood is covering her face before she starts looking through the book.
Yeah,
Speaking
and
mainly to herself because she's not used to socialization.
right, that would make sense. And as you read the book, it is written in common, which fortunately you can read, and you find that the surrounding area of Sanctuary is very dense in woods and hillside, which is not uncommon when you go more centralized of the continent. And there isn't really a lot recorded. It's more or less like what this is more of like the blueprint of what Sanctuary has become, where buildings were going to go, where temples were going to be built, and where like the town hall is going to be. So it's like the basic beginnings of Sanctuary in the more tangible sense. And as you read through the book, you kind of are like, oh, this is not going to do me any good. But it does mention of like the idea of this remote location does offer extensive lands that could house other settlements, and the idea that this could become a bustling city or even a kingdom at some point.
She gives us soft. Reading it.
You can roll an intelligence to see if you can decipher more from it.
Oh, goody. First roll. Let's make this great. Oh, yay. 17 plus just my base intelligence.
Yep.
It is 17.
Yeah, so you dive in a little bit more into it because you're like, oh, well, maybe this has something. And as you dive more and read more in depth, it kind of starts actually giving you the topography of like the scouts and stuff and what they have seen. There's Sanctuary is surrounded by some of the oldest runes known to mankind, or known to any kind. And the origins at the point of the publishing of this book, all of them were unknown, and there has been no further investigations done upon them. There has been reports that some of the runes have made individuals sick, that if you were to sustain a proper life in kingdom within the area, you would have to allow more deities and individuals of divine descent to come in prior to in a sense cleanse the land, or to purify it, to make it livable, which kind of seems odd to you, but also yet understanding.
Okay.
By this time, Bamies has entirely forgotten about her book and is sort of watching a new person.
Oh, man.
And who might you be? I am Famies of House... Well, I guess it doesn't matter anymore. But who might you be?
Moon looks up. Well, she can't see, but she looks up, and she. Oh, are you talking to me? Hi, I'm Moon.
Hello, Moon. You seem very shy. Is are we? Do we intimidate you?
Where I'm from, this is very different. And it's been an experience.
I would
I'm just-
say that with where you're from, right?
Mhm.
Being around females is a little bit more comforting.
Okay.
Well,
So,
I assure you, we mean no harm to you.
she stares for a moment. She thinks of her mother. The mother you know. And lets out a breath. Seeming whatever headspace she's going to relax a little. I'm just I'm sorry, it's very different here. Where I'm from, things are done differently, and it's just been an adjustment. And talking to people can be challenging as well.
I understand. People could sometimes be frightening, especially if you're not used to them. But I mean you no harm. And she glances over at Yara and said, I do not think she means you any harm either.
Moon just the only movement that you know of her head is because of her hood looking over to the other.
Yara has been actually paying more attention to the hooded figure than the other unhooded figure.
Please stop looking at me.
But she wouldn't know that because Yara has her hood up completely, which gives her a little bit not only disguise, but also gives her a little bit more a field of vision without people noticing or perceiving, unless they're really looking hard at her. But she has been studying this particular figure because she wonders every time that she does see someone dressed very similarly to her if they are the same race as her.
Yeah. Family sighs. I do wish both of you would take off your hoods. I
Oh.
cannot see your beautiful faces. Or at least I assume they are beautiful. I cannot tell.
Maybe not here.
I see.
Yara smiles. I would, but then I would have to kill you, my dear.
Moon just kind of is now like, is this person playing a joke or being serious?
You would try to kill me? But I've done nothing to you. What?
That's why my hood is up, my love.
I don't understand why you would try to hurt people that have done nothing wrong. Are you really that uncomfortable of your appearance?
Well, from what I've seen since I've started my journey, people will do things just to do them, no matter how despicable it is. And it's a shock. Because usually one must have a reason or a thought. But it's not always the case.
I promise you both, the reason that I would have is purely because I don't like people seeing my face.
I suppose that is fair, but
The thing is that if people do see my face, they may be cursed for eternity, and I just wouldn't have to put them out of their misery.
people already believe I'm cursed, so what's one more curse?
Moon is just looking back and forth at this point, like, what curses? Like, are you two like the actual fairy tales that I've read?
Fairy tales.
To what are you
Well,
referring?
what fairy tales have you read?
You don't read any? Or
It-
growing up?
To
She's really confused.
what? To
I
what?
just would like to know which one that we remind you of, my dear.
Yes, which are you referring to? There are many fairy
Oh.
tales.
Now she was comfortable, but now that the attention's on her, she's just kind of like, Well, funny enough, maybe this one wasn't much a fairy tale. But someone looking upon a woman and they turn into stone, I believe. I've read so many books.
You believe us to be Medusa?
Is that her name?
Famous laughs. Famous laughs. I don't think I have turned anyone to stone with my appearance as of late. And I do not think that Iara also turns people to stone.
I mean, if we die when we see her face, same concept, right?
It's something like that.
Fair.
And I
That is very
just
fair.
don't want to test it.
Moon's smiling under her hood right now, but she closes the book because she knows she's not going to get any more reading done with people talking to her. So, what are you two reading?
I am reading of the history of this place, since I am new.
As am I.
Femi sort of frowns at her book. People seem to enjoy confusing me for a necromancer.
A necromancer?
I'm a cleric. I am of the goddess. I am a follower of the goddess Mistra. I am no necromancer. So why do people
Would I
keep?
know her goddess? ODM.
Yeah.
Would I know her goddess?
Did you say it?
Yes.
You have to roll a religion check.
What's my religion? Okay.
Oh, no, I won.
5 plus. That's a good old 7. So no.
Hard to make out.
Hmm.
I think you might have seen the symbol somewhere, but you can't remember where exactly.
Yeah, she tilts her head slightly at the name. Gives a little But other than that, she don't know.
May I also make a religion check?
Even if you fail this check, I'll probably mention it over and over and over, so you'll have more chances.
Dearest DM. Dearest DM.
Yeah.
May I also make a religion check?
Yeah. Yep. I thought I said yes. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. You may have it, may not have caught it.
Oh, yeah, that could be it.
I have a 19 plus 3, so a 22.
Yes, you would know. Mistra is the mother of all magic. She's like gives magic. She's what birthed it and nurtures it to this day.
I'm gonna say, okay, so I'll be like, ah, yes, the goddess, mother of magic. A
Ah,
good choice.
you're familiar with her.
Enough.
Are you also a believer?
Not of that particular deity, no.
I see. Fabius is very intrigued, but she doesn't really want to pry. She doesn't know how much these people would be willing to tell her. It doesn't want to be rude.
Yeah. Yeah, so through guys' conversation here and stuff, the librarian comes up.
Oh, I see you all have become friends now, yes? Or at least acquaintances. Got to know each other.
I still don't know why you suggested this book to me.
Honey, being a cleric also just means you're... Never mind. I think in time, the answer will come to you.
Fabius looks very confused between her and the book. Not quite understanding.
Just don't worry your pretty little head about it right now, okay?
Moon will actually open the book back up to where it mentioned the ruins.
Yes.
Is there any maps with these ruins on it, by any chance?
Not in my possession, no. You would have to go to the gods, those who run the scouting and keep their records. I don't get to have their records.
And where can I find them?
They'll be right next to City Hall, but they typically don't like guests at this time of night, so you guys would have to call it a night and then go into the
Of
ruins.
course.
Yes, they also run the Adventuring Guild here, so if you guys are looking for jobs or whatever, please feel free to go check that out.
Moon slightly perks up at the mention of work.
Would you know,
As does Yara.
would you happen to know of any good inns in the area?
We have one inn. It is called the Cracked Glass. It is definitely suitable for some needs.
What is that supposed to mean?
I think you just need to go and find out for yourself. Yes.
Moon gets a little nervous.
Once again, Fabius is confused.
Well, I think I have to close up. Which one of y'all are opening up a library card?
I guess I will.
Perfect. I brought parchment for everybody, so we can fill it all out together.
And she literally will pull out 3 pieces of parchment, all with like this really eloquent handwriting and a quill for each of you.
Okay, so blocks 1 through 14, I need you to fill out in print. Block 12, I need you to initial. 15, I need your signature. If you can, with 16 and 17, describe what type of donation you are able to contribute at this time, along with my review. And then once you fill that out, I just have to, handle my portion of it all.
Fabius is already done, as well as adding a few words about how the kobold sent her to the wrong book. Recommended the wrong book to her.
Yes. I see that you had a lot to say. Your quill was moving very fast there. Silver-haired one.
You should have not.
She...
You should not have asked me my opinion if you did not want to hear it.
No. Opinions. How do they say? Opinions are like assholes. Everybody has one, and they all stink.
What's vulgar language?
You pick up some stuff once you get out of the fucking tunnel. You know that. You tried the video to tunnel your whole life, and your life expectancy is only 3 years. And then you supersede. Never mind, we're not getting into that. Yes, if you guys just leave that at the front desk, I'll be able to file it and then give it to the town mayor. And he will be able to assess if I get more funding or not. Thank you so much for your time. I have to close up now. Bye-bye. And they kick you out, essentially. Like, they're pushing you out the door.
How rude.
And, at this time, when you guys came into Sanctuary, the sun was still up. And people were still kind of wrapping up work. But when it comes to the nighttime hours, Sanctuary kind of is a party town. And people are opening up their shops with people who, like the blacksmith, pulls out giant kegs and taps them. The jewelers pulling out barrels upon barrels of wine, and we all kind of just congregate in the road. And as you all are making your way towards the tavern, you see the sign for the broken glass.
Is all this hustle and bustle? It's nerve-wracking for me, right? Yes. Or is this something I would be used to?
It's hard to say because it definitely isn't something that you're 100% accustomed to, but it isn't something that like you are absolutely against.
I'm used to stuff that's a bit more structured.
Right, but like even the party in here, you see structure in it. They got their work done, and now they're
That's calming.
unwinding. Yeah, so it's not necessarily like a culture shock to see this, at its extent.
So she's fine. She's just making sure she's hidden.
Yeah, I mean, you can roll like a stealth check if you want.
You know what? For funsies, yes, because
Or-
she's trying to
well-
keep her. She's just hiding her figure, not
Or
wanting to be
that
seen.
would be more deception then.
All right.
Did you guys also pick backgrounds? I can't remember if you did. There's some things.
I did.
Okay.
Yeah, I have a background.
Okay. There's some things we're gonna do after this campaign.
Okay.
So a new thing I want to implement.
What
and
is
I'll
it?
try
Deception?
Back.
Where's my deception? Deception. There it is. Oh no! That is a 12 with a -1, so 11.
You think you're able to deceive people's eyes. You feel fairly confident in
So confident.
your ability right now.
Uh-huh.
So sorry. You all make your way to the broken glass. Who wants to be the first one in?
I guess I will.
Moon.
I guess I will.
Okay. So you walk in, and it seems like the tavern isn't busy during this time because like all the patrons are out in the street drinking. As you approach the broken glass, you do see like barmaids up front, like giving out the house ale and serving those more common drinks, and that's so like specialty made liqueurs and stuff like that. So you go inside and you see a half elf lady, or half elf gentleman, just kind of polishing some glasses, and as you step in, he's like, "Oh, hello. What can I do for you today, my dear?"
I would like 3 ribs.
3 rooms. Well, I only see one of you right now. Where are the others?
They're coming. They're on their way.
Oh, lovely, lovely. So, let me see. And he opens up a ledger and he's checking the availability, essentially.
Moon will be walking in behind her.
Yeah, Yara will be taking the rear.
I am sorry. It looks like we only have 1 room available at this time. Would you be okay with like sharing it, like like a common space? I hear it's the new fad in more modernized kingdoms. This like communal living idea. I hear it's really fab.
Maybe seems a bit uncomfortable by that idea. I glances over at the other 2.
By the looks of you 3, I'm sure there will be no problem whatsoever.
Moon just shrugs. Yeah, it's fine. Yes.
Yara
Lovely.
is very uncomfortable with this idea, but she is going to just set her mouth in a very firm line and not say anything. But she does think that the innkeep is swindling them.
Perfect. So, for the room for the night, we are going to have to charge you, people, new linen, housekeeping. It's going to be 5 silver a night here, please, my dear.
That seems a bit high for 1 room.
Well, the thing is that we're gonna have to pull a bed from a room that only has 1 patron, and there's a lot of work that's gonna be involved
3 silver.
here. I mean,
I don't mind sleeping on the ground. I'm used to it.
you want the room for how much silver?
3 silver.
Make a persuasion check. Or are you trying to intimidate?
I'm trying to haggle prices.
But how? Are you trying to be persuasive, or are you trying to be more intimidating?
Persuasive. Yeah, persuasive.
Okay, go ahead.
That is a 17 plus 5.
I think we 3 silver can do for the night. Yes. You're going to be upstairs and far left.
Very well.
And they hand you 1 key.
I glance at the other 2. Shall we?
Lead the way.
I do that. I lead the way to the room. Though I'm still uncomfortable about having to share a room.
Go on, what?
I blanked out. So you started
Oh.
talking, I blanked. Continue.
Okay. As you walk up the stairs, yeah, there was other vacancies. You did so kind of get screwed a little bit.
But not as much as we could have
but-
been.
Yeah, and so you get to your new room, your singular room, and there's 2 beds, 2 vanities. It's nice, as odd as like the general appearance of what Sanctuary is, which is more like darker woods and age and like 1 step closer to becoming a rune itself in the region, if you know what I'm saying. But you guys manage to figure out sleeping schedules, how to do it and stuff. What are you guys going to do for the rest of the night, or do you want to go into the next day?
Yeah, Moon's just gonna keep to herself on the ground and make sure she's completely covered head to toe and go to sleep.
Maybe it's just
Definitely
not
same for
impressed by
Yara.
the.
It's that
Yeah.
awkward sleepover phase where we're all
Yeah.
just like, yep, good night.
Don't say anything,
Yeah,
just good night.
Yeah, so just like any good high school sleepover, nobody you'll find rest. Is anybody gonna take watch? Or are you all just gonna try to awkwardly go to sleep?
We should probably take
Yara
watch.
will definitely not go to sleep immediately.
Yeah, it might take Moon a little bit because she's used to being alone.
How
And she's now in a room with two people.
how about
But she thinks of home to try to ease it.
I suppose that I will take one of the later watches then, and you two could take the earlier ones.
Well, if they both said they're not gonna fall asleep right away, one of them has to get a point of exhaustion, is what it comes down to. So how I would say it would go is this will be one watch and basically the watch right before waking up.
Okay, then
So
I'll
there
take the
will be
second watch.
this. Okay. So there's still gonna be this void at the end of it. But for the first watch, you all are kind of still awake anyways. But Famous, you are finding more rest than the other two.
Mhm.
Moon and so give it to me again.
Yara.
Iara, go ahead and make either separate perception rolls or one with advantage.
Let's do one with advantage.
Okay.
I will allow Moon to have it.
Oh, thank you. Let's do this two. Oh, goody. Thank God for advantage. 13 plus 4, 17.
Nothing around your room. You hear activities in the other rooms, and it seems a little jovial.
Mm-hmm.
Seems like there's a lot of praying going on. And the outside is still bustling, so there's nothing really major to note on that first watch.
She just tries to go to her own headspace and tune it out.
Easy enough. You enter your rest. Same with area. So I need it one more time. This one's gonna be hard.
Yara.
Think Kiara.
Iara.
Think Kiara, but
Without
Iara.
the K. Yeah.
Well, so we're gonna mess it up. But thank you. Now we go into Famous's watch. Go ahead, Famous, and roll your perception.
Okay. Perception, you said?
Uh-huh.
Wow. I got an 11.
The activities are starting to die down, but nothing major to note.
While I'm on my watch, I also pulled out a jar out of my pocket and let out this black sludge stain and just start petting it idly.
Shit, yeah, I forgot about that too.
He deserves a chance out too.
I'm so glad Moon is sleeping right now.
Yeah, yep.
She's just
Petting
petting
the slime.
sludge.
Yeah.
Slime? Sludge or slime?
Yeah. Yeah.
Was it said if it was a sludge or a slime? Was it really ever said?
No, we described it as a sludge.
It's just a living
But
sludge.
it's what you know what it really was.
Yes.
Yeah.
And remember, I'm an ex-noble. I should be afraid of, like, dirty stuff. And I'm just pure petting the sludge. Of course, you're all asleep, but...
It reminds me of Ferngully.
I love that movie.
With the toxic slime or whatever.
Yeah, Tim Curry.
Mm-hmm. I love it. So I'm gonna have that stuck in my head when we go on break. By the way, may or may not make you guys suffer and listen to it with me. Speaking of break, this is where we'll take our break.
Oh no, we're gonna have to listen to it. Oh no!
This is a getting the players familiar with each other, so it is more of a shorter session typically. For people who are new to D&D. So yeah, we're doing a break a little earlier than we normally do, and then we're just gonna go as long as there's stuff to do, if that makes sense, without any other natural pause. And then until you, as players, tell me you're ready to call it quits for the night. All right?
All right.
What do you mean? I have ruins to discover. Off I go.
So we will be right back.
Okay.
Okay, well, I just kicked the bot out. Alrighty.
We are back. At least on my side.
I just transitioned. Yeah, we are back. So last we left off, they all went to a library and now they're all at a tavern sharing a room. Very fab, very communal based. Getting to know their fellow girls.
Gal says that he hopes he could see us three fight together like a group of magical girls.
I'm speechless. I have no words for that. Not right now, anyways.
I would be a very interesting magical girl, considering this character.
Well, I mean, you all are like some sort of sorcerer in a way, so I guess maybe.
No, I'm not.
I said in some sort of way. Yeah, there will be definitely glitter and sparkles. You haven't met
I
someone-
take that back. Yes, you are correct.
We better get a magical girl transformation now.
Whoa!
I
You
named
guys-
our notes the Hood and Misfits. Sorry, continue, DM.
No, you're fine. I'm just still trying to get through the culture shock that now we want to do a magical girl campaign.
Fighting evil by moonlight. What?
There's a good trial run, guys. It was great. Thanks for coming out.
No.
Thank everybody. Thank you, Maya's audience.
think
Thank you,
we,
my
broke-
audience.
We're just messing with you.
It was great. It was awesome. Officially retiring from DMing.
He's so done with us.
All because he doesn't want to DM for magical girls. How
I'm
dare?
not giving you a straight answer about this. I'm not giving you any answer, actually.
Okay. We should probably
We
continue.
love you.
We should probably continue before he really is done with us.
Yep.
Meanwhile, in a place totally different, doesn't matter about magical girls.
On it.
The night, no. The night for your watches were fine. There was nothing that happened.
I put my sludge away before they wake up.
What are you gonna do?
I was gonna put the sludge away before they wake up.
Okay. Easy enough. I mean,
I just don't really want to
Um,
explain it right now.
area. Nope, still pronounced it wrong. I need you to add Iara. I need you to add 15 gold pieces to your character sheet.
Yes, sir.
And I need to fix your character sheet real quick. I realize there was a minor grievance.
Eh.
I'm fixing your hit points.
I thought it
Yara?
was,
It's all good. I got it. Once you have the 15 gold pieces, let me know.
working on it.
I'm ready.
There you go. I have 15 gold. That's all I have, but that's what I have.
Great. Everybody, you grab your coin purses and they feel lighter.
Of course.
How much lighter?
Well, about 10 gold pieces lighter each.
So now we have 5 gold.
Well, everyone has different amounts of currency.
So now I have 5 gold.
Well, I started with 5. We never really went in depth.
Oh, you're broke.
Yeah, like it's gone.
That's nice of them.
Well, you're a monk. You don't really have that much money.
Yep. This was just the starting stuff.
That's all I let you guys have this time.
Hmm.
Yeah.
She
The
frowns.
Yeah. So,
And they stole from us. Literally what Yara's gonna say as she like looks in her coin purse.
How
Both
dare they?
figuratively and literally.
How dare they? They already overcharged us for this room. I mean, look at the state of this. It's been worth half what I paid for it. It should have given us the best room for 3 silver.
Most likely this is the specific room they give to guests. So that they can steal easily.
I suppose that is possible.
Is there a way to roll for that to know if that's possible?
I mean, I'm just guessing this move.
Yeah,
you
that was a
definitely
wild guess.
cheergate the innkeep from last night. I guess would be the one way to find out. I guess.
Okay. Making friends where we go.
Alright, let's go play with the innkeep.
Mm.
You guys shuffle all the way down. There is the innkeep there.
Hello.
No. Yes, I know.
We seem to have had an issue with
Oh?
our stay. There's been a mild problem with our coin purses. You
Okay.
wouldn't happen to know where those have gone, would you?
No.
That was an awful long pause.
Moon?
I am confused on what you're trying to insinuate here.
I think she's trying to insinuate that you stole some of our money. While we slept.
I would never do such a thing.
Insight check.
All right, moving for insight.
That's 11.
They seem trustworthy.
I would prefer you just be honest with me.
I am being honest with you.
Oh, then would you happen to know anyone who might know something about our lost money?
No, I don't. After I checked you guys in, I was up for maybe a couple more hours before I retired for the night. I don't live here. It's not like I have magical wards to let me know when other people enter other rooms. I'm not a creep.
Okay. Then we should ask someone else who works here, I suppose. We'll find our stolen money.
Okay, I hope you do. You could also report it to the guard right next to town hall.
But then we have to
I
pay the
do
guard.
need to go there for a map anyway.
Yeah, good luck.
Famous is very
And,
unhappy about money being stolen. Very unhappy about about money being stolen from her. I glance at the other two. So what
Yes?
do we do? Do we
I
go
am
to the
going
guards?
to go to the guards. I need to go in that direction anyway. And Moon will head to the guards.
Okay.
We
yeah.
follow.
I mean, you guys have been told several times where it's located now.
Yep.
Yes, that's where we're headed.
It's
I mean,
convenient for Moon. She's
yeah.
going there anyway.
It smells like stale beer and
Oh.
regret on the streets.
That's awesome.
Silly question. Because of the race I am. Does it just smell normal to me, or is there like a slight emphasis or enhance on it?
Oh, there's a definite enhance.
Oh, Moon is not happy. She is just
Ayara's
And-
gonna give this whole thing like a very like distasteful look that you can see because you can see that part of her face.
Mobius is also not happy about this.
the sisterhood of the traveling hoods. This is what we are.
I
Don't kill me again, please.
you let that happen.
Shut up. Let me
Yeah.
pun.
You guys are up before most of the city is, actually.
I assume most of the city has a hangover.
Maybe. And they're probably yeah. You find town hall and you stop literally the building right next to it is the guards, quarters, and adventuring post.
So, to make sure I'm doing this right, this is where Moon would be a little nervous if it's more male.
You would feel
okay.
its seniority.
Feel what?
So the culture you were raised in is matriarchal
Mm-hmm.
to the point of tyrant matriarchal.
Mm-hmm.
You would feel a sense of authority over them.
Got it. Got it.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
All right. So you go in. I'm assuming you all go in.
Mhm.
And the guard are just in like studded leather, and they mainly all look like scouts. When you walk in, it's like this long hallway, and there's this giant desk at the end. But you hear to your guys' right. Excuse me. Hello? Excuse me.
Moon looks over.
It is like this tiny little satyr. Hello. What can I do for you today?
We are looking for a map and to find someone to help us with to find the money that was stolen from us.
Map and money. Well, if you need to find a map, you're going to have to go down the hallway and to the right. And that will be where we keep our archive.
And what about our stolen things?
Well, if you're looking for lost and found, it's just right across the hall from there.
Someone stole
Uh,
our money while we
Worse.
slept.
Oh, well, you're going to want to talk to the head of the guard on shift tonight, or today. He is all the way at the end of the hallway at the big desk.
Thank
He
you.
might not be there. Just wait by there for a few minutes, and he should show up.
How about let's go get the map first, since that seems like it'll be on the way.
Mm-hmm. And Moon heads down the hall to the right.
Good luck.
Thank you.
I hope you find your shit.
What is with this language?
Yes,
She
what
just
is?
walks. What?
Yeah, I mean, you guys are getting like eyes looked at you and stuff, but like this also duels as the adventuring hall. So like you look in some rooms and you see a group of adventurers getting ready. And then like you see like a roster board and like adventuring groups that have listed together. And it's kind of like not super common things, but they seem to make enough sense. So you go into the room where the archives is, and you see that same little satyr.
Moon tilts
Ah,
tilts her head.
hello. What can I do for you today?
Weren't you just back
looking-
there?
Oh, that's my brother.
Oh,
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm looking for a map that
a
has
map.
runes on it.
What are you trying to find?
Runes.
Runes, like
Yes.
archaic runes, or runes
Uh,
of old time, or are you looking
it's-
for like runes?
Yes, it's runes.
And you have a
that-
weird accent, and you're actually looking to make like a blueprint for rooms.
ruins. Like, you know, destroyed
Ruins.
buildings and stuff. Ruins.
Oh, the old timey stuff that just gets destroyed over time. Yeah. What about them?
We were
I
looking
need
for a map.
a map that has them on it.
Oh, you want the scouting reports from the runes?
Sure, give us those.
That too, but I need some kind of direction to find them.
Well, typically, if you want direction, you start walking one foot in front of the other, left, right, left, right, left, right,
Please,
and then
just give us a map with the ruins on it, so that we can find our way there.
oh well. You see, you need to have permission to first be able to check out that kind of stuff because it is important to sanctuary security and
And
like
where do we get that
we-
permission from?
the big guy at the end of the hallway.
I
We're going to
see.
see him anyway, so that's fine.
We'll just have to come back
Okay.
here.
Do you happen
Yeah.
to have any maps that detail where those locations might be, or do we have to get that location information directly from that particular overseer?
Again, you need to have permission.
Permission. Got it.
Yes.
Got it.
Somebody
Thank
gets
you.
it.
Thank you. And Moon
Yeah.
turns around and goes to the big guy.
Let's go to the big guy then.
Thank you, friend. We appreciate your assistance.
And I can help.
Moon goes to the end of the hall where the desk is.
You guys hear this once you get to that hallway at the end of the desk. You hear this thunderous laugh. And out walks this large, 8-foot tall, 300 and pushing almost 500 pounds probably, Minotaur. When he steps and you're within 10 feet of him, you feel the ground shake under you. Black cladded fur and piercing blue eyes with red war paint all over him.
Well, that's not something you see every day.
I wasn't aware that there was a Minotaur in this town.
Moon is so tiny, just looking. Oh no. She's holding her hood to keep it up as she looks up.
He's talking to some of the other guardsmen who he towers over, mind you. There's a halfling there, and the halfling barely goes to his knee. No, I meant to say 500.
Sir?
He doesn't hear you at first.
She gets closer. Sir.
Oh. Hello.
Hello.
Can I help you?
You can, actually, for multiple things. Do you have time?
Well, it depends on what you need.
Well, We would like permission to see some maps of some ruins, and we also need to figure out who stole our money. Could you help?
He looks down his maw at the first thing with like he lifts a brow, and his horns curl towards you. Like that's just like they curl towards his target.
She doesn't back down. She's standing her ground, keeping the hood up at the same time. It's a funny picture.
He sits down, and it's like an earthquake, and you hear the wood crack of the chair.
Okay.
Doesn't break. It's just creaky.
Jamie's just slowly lowers her hand. She was trying to resist touching the horns.
He pulls back his head a little bit, seeing the hand.
I apologize. I've just never seen a Minotaur.
Not many of my kind.
Would I have seen a Minotaur?
Roll history.
Let's do this one. What's my history? Oh dear. Please roll nice. Please roll nice. Nope, that is a 2. So no, I do not. I've never
You don't
seen one.
recall.
Hmm.
Most of my kind don't go for city jobs. On your
Oh.
first request,
And whatever not for.
we are typically a nomadic race, fed on war.
Yara's just gonna nod very gently. She's not actually looking the Minotaur up in the face because she's not risking her hood falling down at all.
Meanwhile, Moon's holding her hood because she is. It's like he said. You guys don't know it, but matriarch. So she's holding the hood, and she's
White
more-
knuckling it.
Yeah, because, like you said, she would feel. I don't want to say authoritative over them, but how she was raised, matriarch. So it's like, stand ground. I got this. Holding my hood, standing my ground. Funny picture.
Jamie sort of looks over at you like, "Are you okay? Is something wrong?" So
I just don't want my hood to fall. I'm fine.
I see.
So,
On your
Mhm.
first request,
mhm,
I don't even know who you are.
I'm Moon.
Okay, yes, there's one of this guy.
Her name is Moon.
Looks so... It was a joke, dear.
Seems an
people
odd thing
usually
to be
laugh.
joking about. Someone's name.
Well, you're asking me to give you permission to my city's most valuable information without me even knowing of your existence until now. And
My intentions are good, if that's your concern.
not worried about intentions.
I would second that, but I don't know what her intentions are.
It is still more or less, I don't know.
Would you like to take a walk and get to know each other?
I'm working. I'm off at midday.
So come back here midday and get to know you? Is that what I
What?
need to do to acquire what I need?
I know. Usually, most adventurers here prove their mettle and prove they can be trustworthy. That's
And
what
where would you like me to start?
Maybe start by taking the job off the job board.
You want us to be adventurers?
No, I would need you to do a special job for me if you want these maps sooner than later.
I would love these maps sooner than later.
On your second request, before we dive in further here,
Yes, we had money stolen
So-
from us.
was it on your person?
It was in our coin purses.
Okay. Was the coin purse on your person?
Yes.
Yes, we were in our room sleeping.
So they came into your room and stole it? Where were you staying?
At
The
the end.
cracked glass inn.
Odd.
Odd.
There's been an increase in, how do I put this, petty theft in that area.
The
Is that
innkeep
just
did
what
not
about-
seem to know how they could have gotten entry into our rooms.
yeah, that's typically how the story goes to all the shops around there.
So they were lying?
No. A lot of the other shops don't know how said individuals came in and managed to steal from their patrons or themselves.
Interesting.
So whoever is stealing this, people's currencies or people's well-being.
That does seem most unfortunate for a guardsman such as yourself.
It does, yes. Keeps us busy. And the fact that they leave no evidence makes it even harder. We try to increase security around that time, but it changes.
Would you want us to try to do something about them? If we could somehow find them?
If you guys can do better than my guardsmen, then I would give you the maps that you're asking for. Or you can go to one of the rooms and handle a little problem there. We'll clean it up a little bit.
Well, I would ask, of course, what would you prefer? My
I
good
have
guardsman?
no preference. That's why I gave you two options.
Would you guys like to get our money back sooner or later?
What?
Well, I'm not particularly very fond of my money being stolen right out from under my nose. I'm afraid that I would have to choose that particular course of action.
I would too, because if we were to stay at the inn again, there's a chance that we might have more money stolen. If we were to do the other job first. So I believe we should go after the thieves.
I take great interest in doing this particular job, and I appreciate it. Do you have a specific way you wish us to handle these petty criminals?
Keep them alive would be ideal.
Ideal or required?
Ideal. I know accidents happen.
Is
If you bring them back alive, you get more money.
is
Of
is
course,
it
dear
okay if they're on the
guardsman.
verge of death?
As long as we can keep them away from dying.
Very well. So, shall we, ladies?
We shall.
What clues can
Um,
you give us about these thieves? If you have any.
Well, they typically like to attack the glass cracked in. It seems to be a hot spot, but they change it up to the local shops in the area. So since they hit you guys up, they're gonna do a little bit of shopping spree probably somewhere else, and then come back.
Do they always attack at night, or is it something that also occurs during the day?
We've only had an increase at night.
I
Do
suppose.
the break-ins specifically only happen at the end, with the shopping being done with stolen property elsewhere, or are these other areas, these other shops, also experiencing break-ins?
They're also experiencing break-ins.
I suppose. If all else fails, we could stay at the inn another night and have someone act as bait.
I would actually like to go back now and do something.
Are you saying that in
If
character?
you guys don't mind.
I think the
No,
best
this is in
choice,
character.
Okay.
the best course of action would, of course, be to investigate our own room first
Yes.
for
That's
any
exactly
clues.
what I intend to do.
Shall we?
Very well.
And Moon looks up at the Minotaur still holding the hood. We'll be back. And walks out.
I'm sure of it.
Just waves her hand and keeps going. You guys following?
Yep. We're coming.
Yeah,
We can also
yeah.
see you after the time to get to know one another as well, if you still desire.
Midday, like you said.
I'm married, but thank you.
I didn't mean it like that. She is gone.
So you guys head back to the room that you guys stayed in?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, look who it is! Welcome back. Do you need to stay another night?
We're
Yes.
actually working, but so can we have that room again?
We wanted to investigate.
But it's gonna be tense over because you accused me of stealing from you.
How about we take care of these thieves for you, and you don't charge us a dime? Or
How
a
about
copper?
you pay me, and then I'll still charge you a dime.
How about we take care of the thieves for you? I'm gonna roll persuasion.
Okay.
Give her advantage,
Advantage?
Mhm.
Okay.
if you don't mind, dear DM.
How are you adding to her persuasion?
After all, you wouldn't want it to get out that you are a thief yourself.
Okay. Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay, so the roll that was with advantage is a total of 16.
You always beat it by one.
Well, if I didn't have advantage, it would have been a 9, so.
I will keep you the room for the same rate as last night. Of 3 silver.
That would be most welcome, thank you.
Davies gradually pays him.
Thank you.
Moon hates that she can't do anything. She had much to do with you. She looks to. How do you say your name, Niall? Mia.
Famies.
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 Thank you. And she looks to. Thank you. Thank you as well.
Hello.
Goes back up to the room. Goes in it.
Now,
Oh, DM.
let's roll investigate.
Yep.
What about?
Investigations.
Hold on. Oh, DM.
Yeah.
I would like to shift.
Okay.
I want to shift into my panther form.
Okay.
So you guys watch Moon. She steals her resolve and she takes off the hood, well, the cloak that covered her whole body, so you had no clue what she looks like. But now you do. She is very feline built, and her skin is an ashy gray. If you got close enough, you could see the smallest furs over her body. Her eyes are cat-like, emerald, with black slits. Her hair is raven with hints of blue. it wouldn't take much to figure out that's how she got her name Moon.
Well,
But this is a shifter. And she just stares at you guys for a moment. Give me a second. And she turns into a panther. I would like to try to sniff out their scents if it's not too old yet.
how very intriguing.
Well, you don't turn into a full panther.
Really? I thought I said I can turn into a beast. Hold on.
It's a
Shifters are
peaceful
different.
aspect.
Damn it.
Basically, you turn into
And
like
they're-
a werewolf version of what
You're
a
like a
panther would
light
be.
control.
Yeah.
Yeah. And with the beast form that you selected, you don't get advantage on it, technically.
Damn. That's fine. I am still
Oh.
sticking to this. I won't take it back.
Okay. Go ahead.
Oh no, which dice do I want to use? This one. Don't screw me. Which one is this? Investigation?
Yes.
Oh! 18.
I would say just because of your nature, yes, are able to have a more focused investigation. You
Think
just do-
Inuyasha on the ground.
Yeah. So you do some of the two roommates you had last night, which is Ari, Iari,
Yara.
Iara, and Famies.
Mhm.
There
Okay.
is two other smells that you can't identify a person to.
Okay. Do they have a certain, like, name to their aroma that you would give?
You mean like a race?
Like musky?
Musky?
I wouldn't.
Like-
I wouldn't say you'd be able to tell how they got musky, but it is like a musky-esque.
Like a
Mhm.
stale beer kind of smell.
You wouldn't be able to get to that specifics. You'd have to get like a 20
So
and
just
above
musky.
for that. Yeah.
She kind of goes, and her nose twitches like, oh.
While she's doing that, can I investigate the room?
Go ahead.
This
Okay.
is only last
What are you specifically trying to find?
Excuse me. Not a burp. I wanted to see if I could find like signs that other people have been in here.
Okay. Yeah. Go ahead and roll.
Investigation. That would be
What?
a synthetic 20.
A dirty 20?
Yep.
So you're looking for like entry or exit?
Like both signs that something has been disturbed, stuff like that.
It seems like it was a pretty clean operation. And it takes you a minute to find a set of broken thieves tool, like a pin, at both your doorway and window. Like you more or less accidentally kick in it, you hear that metal ting 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 ting. And you're able to pinpoint it at one of those two locations.
I sort of motion towards the area for Moon. Like, why don't you check around here? I found some broken thieves' tools.
And like there's like a fresh gouging mark on the wood on the door frame. But it might have been just like the sheath or something that hit it. It's hard to like truly discern like the cause of that, since you weren't specifically looking at that item.
Mhm.
It is something that you do notice though, that there was like some scuff marks of like their equipment dragging.
Well, I pointed out to Moon and Yara.
Okay, easy enough.
Moon looks at it like,
Yeah. Yara is kind of looking at the pen and saying, well, it means that they're breaking in if they're having to use thieves' tools.
It appears that they came in through the window and left through the door. Though I'm not sure why they didn't just leave the way they came. Seems kind of inefficient.
Yes. So, what else are you guys doing?
Well, if a minute's passed, she's back to normal and cloak's back on.
Yeah, I'd say, yeah, definitely a minute passes and you're good.
Yeah, I can't describe her outfit, so there's her reference.
No, so, okay.
So,
Silouan, you try to find this item, and it's obscure. It's hard to pinpoint exactly.
So we should probably make a plan as to what we're going to do for this next time. They won't come in for this next room, I'm sure. They won't hit us twice. But it's possible that they could.
Yes, but they are aware that we have money, so they might come back after us if they know that we are staying in the same room. Or they are aware
An
that I
easy
have
hit.
money. Yes, they think us an easy hit. Well,
I don't mind staying up and listening for things that don't belong.
Mm-hmm.
It may not be as simple as that.
yes. We didn't know how long it would take.
Nor do we know how they've managed to stay so quiet. After all, I think that myself is a light sleeper.
Oh, I
Even when I do sleep.
actually have the perfect spell. I'm
What?
going to cast Alarm. You set an alarm against unwanted intrusion. Choose a
You're
door, window,
casting
or
it.
an area.
How long does it last?
8 hours.
Well, it's early morning. We would probably
Yeah.
want to wait.
So set up the alarm right before we go to sleep.
Yes.
Okay, that will work.
Okay.
And then I would like to walk around and just scope, get the vibe, since I really didn't get to the other day.
Yeah. Perception?
And you know, try to see if I could sift through all the musky regret for the musky scent of the perception.
Yeah.
Da, 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 da. Don't fail me, dice. You're being so nice to me. That's not nice at all. I got a nat 1 plus 4, so 5.
It's a nat 1, so you don't add anything to it. It's just a nat 1. You should have
Let
said it
me
was a
have
nat
that
1.
5.
Nice.
It is a nat
You
1.
can't really discern anything.
Nope.
with that one. You have no idea. They're a little tired after that shift.
Alright, so Yara is going to walk down the steps and smile at the bartender. There is a
Mhm.
bartender, I assume, at this particular establishment.
Yeah.
And she's going to take out a couple of gold pieces and say very loudly, "Bartender! around for all here. I'm feeling very generous at the moment.
If you're trying to get a reaction from somebody, that would have to be a perception with a very high DC.
It's not that I'm trying to necessarily gauge a reaction. I'm trying to draw attention to myself.
Right, right. But what I'm saying is you still need to roll that if you're trying to get the idea of any reaction.
I can go ahead.
Yeah.
It's a 2.
Yeah, I mean, everybody looks shocked. No one one shocked than the other, it seems like.
That's fine. My goal is to make myself more noticeable as a target for later on in the evening.
And I think we'll end the session there this time. Because your DM is dozing off because he has not slept since like 6 o'clock last night. No, I mean 6 o'clock last night. I mean 6 in the evening last night.
Well, dear DM, maybe you should get some rest.
Maybe you
I
should.
plan to.
Who needs sleep? I'm kidding. Go sleep.
I will. I'll be on tomorrow, just kind of messing around. So if you guys want to talk about this campaign or whatever, we can. And then
Cat girl. Kind of cat girl. Faust. Kind of cat girl.
But on my side, thanks for coming. I hope to see you guys.
And everyone,
again
thanks
soon.
for coming to me too. Thanks for coming to watch me too.
Oh yeah.
I hope you
on
all
my
enjoy
Twitter,
these new characters.
On my Twitter, I linked all these guys. These guys are all tagged, so you can find their content there. Alrighty. Good night.
Night.
Good night.